All right, lesson 4: preparing account summaries. Introduction. Bulk with the petroleum product with the consumed with the must be handled with the many times with the accurate record with the receipt with the storage issue shipment with the petroleum product with the must be maintained with the petroleum manual with the review with the required with the supervisor review with the account proceed with the account bill with the necessary with the determine the quantity with the products on hand with the verification with the quantity with received and issued. Part A with the petroleum accountability with the retrieve of the proper with the man with the control safe with the order count with the petroleum product that must be pursued with the involved with the prompt accurate with the identification with the short with the overdrive with the take with the action identify with the cause with the order deviation with the organization handle with the bulk view with the will establish the domain name with the provide with the SOP with the operating with the personal for the handing outcome with the counting of the bulk view with the petroleum particular organization will determine the petroleum handling personnel to ensure that safe proper procedures are followed with the all store of the tank with the grade within 10,000 gallons will have the certified capacity for the table. The certification capacity for the table for the tanks of 10,000 gallons or less is optional. The appointment of the seal with the consulting responsible for the quality of the quantity of the inspector of the petroleum product with another read of the senior for the petroleum and NCO for the appointment that must be accomplished with the writing the recommended with the appointed be noted with the applicable petroleum supply with the SOP with the senior NCO for the petroleum organization. You are responsible for the establishing and maintaining the available SOP with the DBU with your organizational petroleum and inventory accountable to the field for its control operation. You with the format provided with the field manual 10.426. Appendix B with the information contained with the lesson and give the idea with the general coverage of the area with the required with the particular SOP with the name of the SOP and the form of the RAM, but the specific procedure will be developed and implemented with based on your the unit with specific operation mission capability responsibilities. Part B, preparing bulk petroleum accountability documents. Soldiers storing with the transferring with the class leave with the product with the must be act with the account with the receipt with the issue with the stack on hand with the bolt from both of the package product with the bag big with the channel with the account with the class of the product with the particular bulk with the product with the adequate mentioning them with the description proceed with the completing the form of the mentioned above can be found in the DAPAM 710-2-1 U with the unit supply manual procedure for the petroleum accounting records include daily staff of the soldier can operate with the class leave facility. They submit the report showing with the quantity of the product will receive the issue on hand with the DA form 1348-1 with the DOD single line item issue with the receipt of the document the soldier with the receipt of the petroleum into the class 3 facility with the form of the required receipt DA form 22765-1 request for the issue determined with the customer you with the form of the request required for the bag packaging and bulkage product with the determined with the excess of the can of the drums supply with the DA form 3643 with the daily issue for the petroleum product with the form of the basic account bill with the record with the receipt the issue with the supply point DA form 3644 monthly abstract for the issue of the petroleum product with the operating supply with the soldier at doing the account bill with the postal summary of the information the DA form 3643 with its form of the show with the total monthly issue with the receipt the DA form 4702 with the monthly bulk petroleum the accountability some of the units of the form the report with the law of all the losses regained with the review of the monthly inventories. DA Form 2064 with the document registered for the supply action in the personal operating with the class 3 with the store with the facility must establish the stock record with the card with the property record of the each for the type of the grade of the product they use within this form to produce post the countable records. DA Form 2096 with the stock of the account record with the DA Form 38 with the stock property records will be used to keep the day-to-day stock with the property records with the reflect with the how much each of the products is on hand with the storage facility for 43QM 5097 with the DA Form 3853-1 with the engaged sheet with the engaged tape at the bottom of the form and the record physical inventory for the bulk fuel. Firstly, determine the allowable actual loss for the sum of the loss of the gains expected for the handle with the store of the volatile product for the allowable the loss for the gain with the percentage of the prescribed with the regulation the considered sufficient for the accommodated for the expected the normal product with the loss and gain with the handling loss or gain with the jet fuel the aviation gas with the gasoline and all other product with the allowable up to the extent of the actual loss of the gain of the allowance of the loss for the gain of the jet fuels, the aviation gas, and the gasoline must be not exceed with 1% of the total of the operating inventory plus for the receipt of the monthly period covered by monthly bulk petroleum accounting summary. Loss of the gains, all of the petroleum products must not exceed 1/2 to 1% of the total of the operating inventory plus for the receipt amount of the monthly bulk petroleum accounting summary. Instances of the total sum of loss of the specific bulk petroleum product may be allowed for the loss of the allowance for that product. An actual loss will be allowable. For the actual loss of the exceed the save of the allowance of the insured, the entire loss of the monetary value of $500 more reportable if a survey is required. Actual loss exceeding the allowable having total monetary value less than $500 requiring causative the receipt with the initiated with a copy of either the report of the survey with the causative the research will be attached with the supporting documentation of the monthly billing petroleum accounting summary. Alright, Part D, adjusting the accountability of the record. The DA Form 1296 with the bulk of petroleum product will be issued, adjusted by you with the DA Form 4702 with the monthly BMPAS for A monthly bill with a petroleum accounting summary for all the loss gain of the revealed monthly and the inventory of the message for the accounting video officers over the complete with the monthly billing petroleum accounting summary, the location of the post for the respective accounting record within 3 working days, the day of the last day of the month of the report for the monthly billing petroleum accounting summary for the reflect with on hand inventory to make adjustment of the accounting stock records. The officer do simple spillage with the contamination document account with the responsible officer with the calling of the 25 gallons over 25 gallons of the document you fill out that will be attached with the MBBAS and if the supporting document to adjust the accounting work with the adjustment product and inventory for the required with the blending of the blending and the writing over the actions are filed with the accountable responsible. The officer will prepare the statement of the saving. The quantity of all of the product blending of the regrading with the during the month, the reason for the action, the statement with a copy of the proper laboratory report with the attached for the end monthly billing petroleum accounting summary support, the document for the monthly billing petroleum account summary, the upon completion for with the approved authority with the approved the day with the on the monthly billing petroleum accounting summary, the approved authority to disapprove of any item of the initiation of the report of the survey. They require the monthly billing petroleum accounting summary will support the documents receipt issues retained active file for the 1 year in active files for 2 years. All right, Part E, computing the volume correction. For the monitoring accountable function for the messenger for the personnel, you for the volume of the correction factor for the direct fuel volume is over the temperature for the above 60 degrees Fahrenheit during the API for the gravity reading with the 60 degrees Fahrenheit the average temperature for the product with the tank with the volume correction with the quantity with the less than 3,500 gallons is optional. Correct the volume of the red size with the FO4, 5, and 6 of the regardless of the measure with the quantity of the volume with equal with exceeding 3,500 gallons must be corrected. Even the volume correction factor. American Society Testing Materials tables 5B and 6B with the petroleum products other than JP4 with the Army ASTM tables of 5A and 6A with the with the JP4 with the ASTM tables 52, 53B and 54B with the correct with the measure value for the gasoline at 15 degrees centigrade. Part F, pilgrimage control measure. The casual pilferage. The most practical, the effective method of controlling the casual pilferage through the psychological deterioration, search engine for the vehicle, leave the installation on and now for the time of the play with the conducting the spot serve. The care must be taken to ensure that the personnel is not demoralized and not their legal rights violated. The operative of the physical control for the unethical security proactive for the aggressively security education program is important. Employees must realize that the pilferage is morally wrong, but no matter how insufficient for the value of the item taken to step within is properly example the employee that must be impressed with the fact that they are responsible to report any loss of the property for the authority of the inventory control measure for the identification of all of the tools and equipment that should be instituted to the account and all materials supplied with the equipment. Do not lose sight of the fact that the most employees are honest and disapprove of their thievery. Systematic pilferage. The control measure for the takeover to prevent systematic pilferage in order to ensure the effective pilferage control throughout the facility. You must first eliminate potential thief during the hiring procedure with the carrying this careful screen with the observation must be establishing customer navigation. Separately, the facility must establish the effective key control system and an effective packaging material control system. Most available install the mechanical electrical devices, including the appropriate perimeter fencing, lighting, the parking facility, the effective pedestrian railway vehicle gate security control with the order to establish security surveillance and surveillance and all exits exist. The facility security can be encrypted, establishing adequate security control patrol with the check with the bill with the ground with the parameter likely location that may be the storage pilfered items. Additionally, you must locate with the parking area of the private vehicles outside of the perimeter fencing activity in the event of the law to investigate quickly and efficiently. In all cases, develop the SOP with according to the security requirements. Implement the SOP as soon as possible to prevent pilferage of the facility. Part G, identifying opportunity for the pilferage and security hazard. For the opportunity for the pilferage are present with the supply with the being transport with the truck train with the plane with the ship with the greater vulnerability with the wide variety with the opportunity to occur with the variety of the various point with the witness supply with the transfer the one mean with the transportation to another from storage to transportation vice versa. Petroleum pipelines present with a unique site with a security problem. They establish a pipeline petroleum with a look for a loose flange belts coupling with the pipeline's holes the dug under the pipeline's hose line with the holes cut with the hose line with the watch for the sub is sabotaged by looking for the open pipe with the cut hose lines. Fires explosive charges. Part 8. Set up the checkpoint inspection. Orderly system that must be with the checkpoint exam with the driver with the help of the possession vehicle with the content sample the security log with the contain with the day with the operative name with the description with the load the time of the enter with the day time departed establish the seal with the log with the goods and then leaving the facility to verify the seal number with the shipping document examine the seals for signing with the tampering. Lesson 5. Monitoring Environmental Control Program.